Investment platform Ellevest out with the latest update to its Women's Financial Health Index. It's designed to give a detailed view of how women are being impacted by the economic and political landscape. The results have been trending up over about the past year. And joining us right now to talk more about it is Ellevest co-founder and CEO Sallie Krawcheck. Sallie, good morning.
Good morning, Becky. Happy to be here.
Good to see you. Let's talk a little bit about what this survey is or how you're measuring this. Go ahead, explain.
Yeah, so I had a question about a year ago, which is how are women doing financially and economically? And there was no place that really pulled it together in one place. And so as the recovering research analyst that I am, we pulled together 10 different metrics that can give us an indication of the financial health of women. Things like women's participation in the workforce, inflation, things like, the number of women CEOs, the percent of venture capital women are getting, the things that really can impact them day to day.
And what you found is you put this on a scale from 1 to 10, and you kind of grade it on a running basis with what you've seen. I've seen the high that, at least on the stuff that I'm looking at, was 9.9 back in January of 2020. The low looked like it was July of 2022 at 1.0. So what happened between those times?
Yeah, and it's bounced back now. So some tough things have happened. One thing that's happened is, there was a period of time there when women were leaving the workforce. Today, the great news is women's economic participation in the workforce has reached record highs as the ability to work remotely has really brought women into the workforce. But tough things like inflation. Inflation is something that hurts everybody, but it hurts women more. And so as inflation was ticking up, that was really tough for women, but of course is now rebounding. Action on student loans. Women have more student loans than men, have the majority of student loans. So when there was the payment pause, that was very good for women, but as it's been, going to be reinstated, that can be tough for women.
So where do things stand right now? What is the latest reading?
Well, the latest reading is up, as I said, from the bottom, because we've got this workforce participation, inflation's down, really good news. The other thing that is an impact here and a negative impact is the attack on women's reproductive rights and the rollback of those. Certainly it's a societal issue, but we also need to recognize for so many women and their families, it's a negative economic and financial issue. And so that the student loan debt, the fact that the reproductive rights are being rolled back, and in the longer term, there's a negative as well, which is the impact of AI. Those smart folks at the University of North Carolina are saying that something like about 80% of women's jobs may be impacted, or it's less than 60% for men. So good news in the near term, some real thunder clouds on the horizon.
The latest number I saw was 3.5 for May. Is that the most updated
That's
number,
right.
May of this year?
That's right.
So
yeah.
3.5 is still pretty lousy compared to 9.9 back in January 2020. What were the biggest issues that really messed things up? I mean, if I was guessing, I would say, does anything about going back to work have an impact on this? Is inflation the biggest impact?
That is starting, that over time has been, but is starting to be a positive for women as they're going back to work. But Becky, it's built a little bit on sand because without the infrastructure in place to help women stay in the workforce, things like mandated paid parental leave, which we no longer have, which we don't have, as a country. We saw in the pandemic that these things can be built on sand, and that if, there's a shock, either a macro shock like a pandemic or a micro shock like your kid is sick, your kid's having issues in schools, there's no backup plan for so many women. And so moving into the workforce is a positive, but it's not built on a particularly steady foundation.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean moving into the workforce. I meant being forced to go back into the office. If one of the advantages was that you were allowed to work from home, has that been taken away, and is that a downside too?
Well, I think for some companies it is. For those companies that are really more of command and control and feel like they need to have people in the workplace and, keep an eye on them. For women, more than men, that can be a negative. But there has been a shift in this country where it's being recognized that more and more jobs can be done remotely. And you get that, what is it, an hour a day back from not having to commute. And, I think it can be such a win-win for companies and for women and their families. Because say, as a company, you get half of that commute time dedicated to work and half of that commute time goes to the family. That's good for everybody overall. Different companies have different cultures. At Ellevest, we are fully remote, and we found we're able to hire people all over the country. For other companies, they feel like they need that command and control in the office.
Sallie, you mentioned the student loans that people are going to have to be starting to repay was a big impact on women, more so than on men?
Well, because we have the majority of student loans that are outstanding. And you think about it, Becky, they don't cost us, it doesn't cost us anymore to go to college or get an advanced degree. But that gender pay gap is persistent. That thing has not moved in a decade. And so you have less disposable income to pay down that student loan debt. So this is more of an issue for women, and it's much more of an issue for women of color. One thing I do want to note is that we do see women continue to do the right things. You know, the majority of our clients at Ellevest have recurring deposits into their investing accounts. We've actually had positive net flows every week for the past couple of years when the industry has been in outflows. And so women don't have the resources that men do, but with the resources they have, they really are continuing to do the right things.